Good evening. Well, I see we have a few people out here. Let's see. Duncan 1900, Green Gables. Is it Angel? Angel Car? PG Nano Farm. Mary's Vegetable Garden. And there may be more that are not on my screen right now. Thank you all for being here. So how is everybody doing today? Andy. Howling Dog Ranch. And Grampy Campy. All right. So my first question, Red Duchess is out here. BC Truck. I was just talking about you.
He must have known that.
Huh. I was just telling Sherry, was it yesterday?
No, it was today at lunch.
Yeah, today at lunch. I said, boy, I haven't seen Brad, BC Truck, for a while. Maybe I should give him a call and see how he's doing. So good to see you here this evening. Empty Nest Ranch Project. Hello. Hey, Stella.
Stelka's the one who sent me the goodies.
Oh.
You know, the tissue box?
The tissue box.
The tissue box,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Okay. Well, Sherry has a mic over there, but I don't have it turned up at present.
Oh, that's why they can't hear me.
I can do that, though.
Oh, that's fine.
Your mic is not turned up. So anything you say can be heard by the masses out here. Autumn McDonald. Okay, question for everybody out there. Did you all get a new video put up since last Tuesday? Did you have any issues with it? What did you do different about it? Did you create a unique thumbnail? Anything we can go look at?
Why is it mine? There it is. Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna, good evening.
Yes, Autumn. Now, you're probably more like my daughter.
Gosh, nobody put up any videos? I know better than that.
Dawn did. Dawn made breakfast the other morning. And we didn't get any. It looked good. You'd like it.
Rosanna is saying hello to you.
I know, I see that.
Is there an ointment for that?
Sorry, Brad. I thought he was talking about you. So how are you? What are you doing in his videos? Oh, my lordy.
So, Brad, are you going to be doing any more knife making videos?
Hey, Country Girl, I'm using Filmora, go to edit at the moment, and I figured out how to speed up certain parts, but I can't figure out how to do a screenshot for the thumbnail. Michigan Mike.
Yeah, Michigan Mike. I'm not going to say that we're moving. We've mentioned it in passing.
The thought is up in the air.
Yeah, we've mentioned it in passing as nothing.
Nothing set in stone.
Yeah, nothing set in stone.
So.
We've both been here for forever. Well, I mean, we've been in this area all our lives.
Yeah, well, you have.
Well,
I was forced to move here when I was 3. I didn't have a choice in the matter.
Well, not at 3. No, you didn't have a choice at 3.
No, they didn't have. Carrie went to the library to use their Wi-Fi. 30-minute video upload in 10 minutes. At home, it would have taken her over an hour. Weedman Photography? Did I say that correctly?
Weedman or Weederman?
No, there's no R.
Oh, yeah, Weedman Photography. So I'm curious, do you have a, I mean, is it like a portrait studio thing, or do you do other types of pictures, or tell us a little bit about your channel name there.
Okay, they're all fighting over where we're going to move to. Country Girl says we're moving close to them. Linda's saying we're moving to Washington. Linda, I'm sure if you get a hold of Angela, she will tell you that we're going to move to Washington too. She wants us out there. Agricultural videos, cool. That'd be neat.
Weedman Photography, you've got some very interesting looking videos out here. And the thumbnails are really nicely done.
Country Girl, it's cold here too. We went from like 50s, low 50s this afternoon. And what was it, 3:30, 4 o'clock? The wind came and the rains came. And it got dark. Grizzly, I have a request for tonight. Take my wrench and may say something that needs to be censored. Grizz, I have the power. I can censor you if we have to. Don't move to Texas.
The most inhospitable place you've ever lived.
Mark, that was our pleasure. We had a blast last night. Hey, Swampy Acres, how you doing? Autumn says you can take one of her videos. Not much editing there. Did you put my mic on?
Yeah, your mic is on.
Is this better? It wasn't in front of my mouth. Howling Dog Ranch, we really don't have any areas in mind. So, 48 states are open. Well, I'm not sure I want to move to California. I really don't like the idea of shake and bake. Well, I do if I can put the stuff in my oven. But my sister has been through a few earthquakes and nah.
If your family would move out of there, and anybody that we know here that has family out there that doesn't want them there, then California can just slide off into
into the sunset. But Jen lives there. Jen from the Nut House.
Well,
can't slide off into the sunset.
Well, she's going to have to be at deep south when it slides off.
Okay.
So.
Carrie, most of my video today, the camera was pointed at prickly pear. So how come YouTube provided me with 3 thumbnails that did not include prickly pear? Because it's YouTube.
Weedman, I went out and glanced at your channel here. I've not had a chance to really go through it, but you have got some nice looking stuff here. Looks like it's predominantly agriculture. You got some tractor pulling out there, and some nice looking stuff. I have subscribed to your channel, and I'm going to have to look through that a little bit closer. All right, well, I suppose we need to head on here a little bit. As soon as I find my mouse, where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. All right. Let's see how well this works. I have OBS up on the screen here.
Jason has arrived. Cheesecake.
And OBS is probably the most popular.
Jason wants to know if you're editing cheesecake.
Well, it depends on how many jump cuts we make on it.
Roseanne, are you just fighting over me or both of us? I need to know this.
Okay, so the if you install OBS, which is arguably the most popular stream encoder that is in use out there today, because it is free, there's no charge. It works on Windows, it works on Apple, Macintosh, or whatever your favorite brand of Apple might be, as well as Linux. So it's an open source program, and when you install it, it looks like what you see on the screen here right now, and you're going, man, I don't know what to do with anything. So let's just go through a couple of things to start with here. What you're seeing on the screen here is what they call the studio mode. And if we click that off, there will be a single screen here in the top. Now, my preference is to operate this system in studio mode. And what this means is the screen on the left. This is where you can pre-build what you want displayed, a scene, if you would. And then when you move that or transition it over to the right-hand side, that is the area that's being broadcast. So you'll get into a situation like this, and you will go into settings. And for the most part, the default settings are already pretty well set for you. I'm going to make the assumption everybody in here would probably want to use the English language. It's my preference to use a dark theme rather than a light theme. And I have it automatically checked for updates. That's just what I do. The source alignment and snapping, I believe by default that is set at a 10. I leave it here. This allows you, as you're building different pieces in your scene, that they can kind of snap together instead of being all over the place. And we'll go over that here in just a little bit. You go down into the stream area. So the stream type is streaming services. The service, in I'm going to assume most people's cases here tonight, would be YouTube or YouTube gaming. There, you can use this platform to stream to Twitch, to Facebook, to other places as well. So I mean, this is a full-blown encoding piece of software that you can generate a stream to whatever server you wish to send it to. If you go into the output area, typically, and I am going to have to I got to shrink my window here a little bit because it's down off my screen. There we go. I can't get to where I need it to be because this has a virtual cam running. There we go. So in the output area, I always run this in advanced. By default, it will come up in the simple mode, and I have no idea what numbers are going to be thrown up here. I always recommend people go into advanced. Depending upon your processor, you may have different options in your encoder here. The particular hardware that I have this one installed on has an Intel i7 on here that has a little bit of extra boost in it. It's a 4-core machine, and Quick Sync H.264 is available on this particular piece of hardware. Otherwise, you would probably use X264, which is the encoder that you would want to use, an X264. When you're doing your MP4 videos, that's the same way. Folks, there is especially for YouTube, I know of no reason to ever exceed a 1280 by 720 picture size. If you go bigger, that just means that you're sending more bits. You have to have a stronger connection. And if you stop and think about it, there are 50-inch TVs that only have the 720p resolution. So if it's good enough for a 50 or 60-inch screen television, it's certainly good for any laptop, any phone, any small monitor that's out there. So just use unless you have a specific reason to go up, and you would be hard pressed to explain to me what that is, because what are the people going to see on the other end? Your rate control is CBR. The bit rate, for the most part.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, let me type this in here. I have a question coming at me.
What is your title of Thursday night show?
Well, as of yet, I guess we don't really have a title.
Well, what are you calling it?
Maybe Creator Spotlight. Or...
Okay, that's all I needed.
Okay. All right. If you're streaming in a 1280 by 720 output, your bit rate doesn't have to be above 1500. Doesn't have to be 3000, doesn't have to be 2600. Doesn't have to be anything like that. You could set up a custom buffer if you wanted to, or you can just leave it blank. What is important is the keyframe interval, and for that you'd want that set to 2. For the CPU processor, well, there's a whole bunch of settings here depending upon the horsepower your particular machine has. I run this one at very fast. You can set up different profiles to adjust. So that's on the streaming side. The kind of unknown feature that OBS has, it is an absolute wonderful piece of recording software to create an MP4, to create a YouTube video. You can, just for example, you can put together your video, and let's say you want to do a voiceover on that video. Well, let me just look at the settings first, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Natasha Snyder. Forgive me since I do not hop on when this started, but I have a question. So this is OBS, which is an editing program for video. Is this best to use during YouTube videos? Okay. You need to explain to her what this is.
Okay, OBS is called Open Broadcast Software. It is a free program. It is open source. It is the most popular, arguably anyway, the most popular piece of software that's out there for people to do live streams like what you're watching right now. Some of the other things that it can do, in addition to the streaming, is it has recording available. You can create MP4s out of it, or you can create other types of videos. So yes, you can you can, in a way, edit what you would want to do or create from scratch what you'd want to do to create a video. You could do it with webcams. You could do it with the voiceover, just like what we're talking right now. You can create different pictures to go in the front. You can play a video you've already created and then insert your webcam in front of that video to have a picture-in-picture type effect. And you can simply record this. One of the things that OBS has, it has a half a dozen different audio tracks in it to record. So theoretically, you could have all of your music on one track, your voice on another track, maybe some other sounds on a third track. You could break everything down and then do a final mix later on with programs like Audacity or some other program. But this gives you all the separate tracks that you would have. The audio, you can adjust the bit rates for all the separate tracks. At this point, we're not even going to go into the replay buffer. Not something that's needed. But I can tell you, if you want to use it for recording, you're going to want to increase your bit rates from when you're live streaming, because it just creates a better local file. You can go nuts and create super high size files that you would then later have to deal with. And I'm not saying to do that, but I am saying that you should go considerably higher than what you do just to live stream. In the audio, this is almost like a complete mixing board. It will see virtually everything you have plugged into your PC. If you want to plug in additional sound cards, if you want to plug in 1, 2, 3, or 4 USB mics, or 3, 4, or 5 webcams, it will see all of those devices, and it can separate out all of those devices that you can control the volume on each one of those. So you can have a complete mixing system. The video, in this particular case, the screen on the laptop this is on is a 1920 by 1080, but the output I run is 1280 by 720. I use the Lanco's downscale filtering, which uses 32 samples. It's the sharpest one that they have there, and I broadcast at 30 frames per second. You'll find a lot of gamers maybe wanting to broadcast at 60 frames per second, but obviously they have a lot more movement. There are hotkeys you can set up to make repetitive tasks go very quickly. There's remote controls that are available. You go into the advanced here, you can run the monitor out to a different area so that you can, let's say that you have a microphone. Let's see if I can pick this up and put it in front of the camera. Like this one right here. This is a Yeti mic, and it has a plug on the bottom of it for headphones. If I have that mic plugged into that PC, it will see it as a microphone and as a speaker for those headphones. So you could have the monitor from your OBS so you know exactly what's being broadcast. You could have it go out through the headphone piece of this Yeti mic and have little earbuds on, or muffs like I have now, and hear exactly what's being broadcast. So it's just a way to monitor what you have. So that's pretty much the setup on the system itself. But now let's talk about a little bit about what we do here. You'll come in and scene will be the first thing. This is the default settings, but you have to have sources to feed the the scene that you're looking at. So we'll click add here. And typically people are going to want to put webcam up. So create new, you can put a name here if you want. I'm just going to put laptop cam. Now, let me move this one a little bit. Okay. So now, this is the integrated cam on the laptop. And that is not the same picture as what you're seeing over here. One of the tricks of doing this is if I were showing you on the software that I was using, we'd have this endless loop going on. And obviously we don't want to do that. Let me get this screen a little bit smaller. And you can set this up better. This is the default settings, but I can say custom, and then I have to set the resolution. 1280 by 720. Frames per second, let's go with 30. Video format, MJPEG is probably the least amount of overhead you can use. So we'll say okay. And we'll come in here and we will set this up so that now this is my preview scene that would be broadcast. If I were broadcasting off of this set of OBS, I would then transition this to the screen on the right hand side as this. And obviously we are not streaming with this. I mean, this is over here. And I'm not going to click that because I really don't know what would happen if I tried to make two streams go at the same time on the same key. It just probably would not be pretty. So now I want to enhance this a little bit. Let me add something else. We're going to add an image. So you'd want to name this something. And I'm not sure what all I still have left on this laptop because I've been taking stuff off. We're going to say Smudge. I don't know if I'm going to find him here or not. Oh, I think so.
Look, there's Andy.
And so we'll say okay. And so now I can have Smudge sit beside me here, just keeping track of me, I guess. What I want you to notice, though, is this is on the preview screen. I've just built this scene, but everything that is being broadcast is on the right-hand side. So Smudge isn't over there at this point yet. Okay, let's put in a title. And you have the ability here, you can select a lot of different types of fonts. This will pick up whatever fonts you have installed on your machine. And there are an endless number of fonts that are available out there. So let's use typically what we use for our thing here. And we'll put in okay. And I have this as the color white right now. I've not added anything else. I can have it graduated colors, 2 different colors. I can outline them. But for right now, we're just going to say okay on this. It's actually created this up here. So let me bring it out to a bigger size. So now, once I have this scene built, if I want to switch to that scene, I'll just transition it to the side that is being broadcast. So that's how we create. And what I'll do here right now to maybe make this more evident, we're currently broadcasting a picture of the OBS software, and I will just fade back to, let me get the right mouse here.
Smudge looks good. Daryl, not so much.
Yeah, well.
Can you boot somebody out of the room?
So I've just faded back between the two pictures. Now this OBS picture that you're looking at, and I mentioned earlier I would have, if I tried to do that just from the computer that I'm working on here, it would want to put in an endless loop. So it'd be very difficult to show what was going on and to demonstrate that. Let's see what I can do here. I'll have to build a quick something. Let me display capture. Okay. So what you're looking at right now, you're looking at this picture from a laptop, which is not the computer that we're broadcasting off of. But if I do a screen capture of this from the computer that I'm doing the broadcast from, this is what it looks like. It goes into an endless loop thing. All of a sudden there's multitudes of yourself on there. It's very difficult to see that. So we'll go back to just doing from the other PC. I run a video capture card where I'm actually capturing what's on the laptop and then broadcasting that off here to you folks. So that's just a touch of stuff, but I know that we've had some people asking, well, how do I get set up with the OBS? How do I do these streams where I can create the different viewpoints? Now, there is an outfit called Streamlabs that has taken the OBS software and they have modified it a little bit. They have put some different different things that people might want. If a donation's made in the chat, it flashes a thing up on the screen. If somebody subscribes, it flashes something on the screen. Different little fun things, I guess, is what you might say. And it's called Streamlabs OBS. It's free. They're not charging anything for it. They're not, I don't believe they're allowed to by law. But it only works on Windows. It's not, and it doesn't have all the features that are available in the original OBS. But it's easier to get started with because they have this stuff all done. It's like a one-stop shop and go thing. So if you wanted to start with that, you could do that. Or if you wanted to just go with OBS, and I'm more than happy to help anybody out there that would want to learn how to do that. So we can get together via a Skype session, share screens or whatever, and I can help get you set up on any kind of live streams you might want to do. So that's my start on the OBS. Is there any questions out there on it? Okay. Yeah, I can certainly walk through it.
Bandana's been very quiet. I know she wanted to learn this, and she was mentioned that earlier.
I can also, I mean, I've kind of shown you some real basic stuff here. But I can...
Well, she wasn't on here all the time because Jason cornered her on Facebook.
Oh, he did? Okay. All right, let me, now that I look this up. Okay. This this individual put together what he calls a master class on OBS, and he's got, I don't know, 70 some videos or something on doing this. He takes it and breaks it down to the point that I find it almost ridiculous. But that's me. Let me oh, wouldn't you know that? A Filmora ad pops up on it. Okay, most of his
Morgan wants to know if he should buy Filmora or Adobe. Basic pros and cons, please.
okay. Number one, you can't really buy Adobe. You're renting the program forever, and it comes out to about $20 a month or more, depending upon what all pieces that you want to get. On the plus side of that, you are always in tune with the latest, greatest stuff that they have. There's a fantastic support area behind you on that. If you have issues with anything, they have the engineers and the software people right there that can probably get you going. It's the learning curve is steep. Filmora is noted to be a good beginner's editor. It's one of the reasons that we have touted it for the past couple of years here. Is you buy the lifetime version, and right now it's about $60, $59.99 or $59.95, something like that. And you own the program. When I started with Filmora, it was on version 7. And when they went to version 8, it was a change, just like they've just now gone to version 9. Now, during that time, like with version 8, there were a number of little upgrades, little fixes along the way. So you had version 8.3, then 8.5, and 8.7. And I think you understand what I'm saying. But Filmora version 9, what they've come out with right now is a completely new rewrite. It is different than version 8 was. So,
Swampy Acres, $59.99. Just bought it today.
okay. Well, I wish, because I know that we've had a lot of people that have bought it simply because of being here, and there's no links to click for that or anything. I wish there was, but
the only thing we do is if they download eBates from us, that's the only little.
But no, it's there are some limits with Filmora. Where it currently falls short is if you are using multiple cameras on the same subject. In other words, if you want to have 2 or more cameras filming a single item and to sync those up by sound, it's difficult at best. If you plan enough ahead of time that you can sync them up with a board, and when I say a board, that's let me get back here on this. All right, when I say a board, a clapboard, that's the board where they go like this, and it produces that loud clap and a visual look on the cameras that to sync up multiple cameras into a single scene, combining them. Filmora is a little weak in that area. Most people don't do that. Most people use a single camera for whatever they're doing, and they're just taking different clips, putting them together. They're using transitions, making jump cuts, perhaps speeding up the video, slowing it down, changing the color, adding a little bit of sound, taking some sound away, trying to get rid of noises in the video. Filmora is good at all of that stuff. Are there better programs? Yeah, there are, but not for that kind of money. It would be very easy to spend hundreds of dollars. So, I hope that's a good answer for you. Camtasia, I just caught a glimpse here. Camtasia is another piece of software that's very good. And I lost the message of it. I did see it there somewhere. But Camtasia is a good piece of software. Power Director is another excellent piece of editing software. There's Shotcut. There are DaVinci Pro. I'm trying to think what else I've used and liked. Not sure. Morgan, I think this has always been what I have recommended people because it's pretty easy to learn. You can do a lot with it. It has a lot of features. It's not a lot of money. I mean, it's $60 once.
How do you put multiple people on camera, like having lots of people on the panel on Hangouts?
Okay, where are you at? Oh. Well, that's one of the things Hangouts can do. We do our Monday Night Live program where we feature a channel, and we have a Skype connection with them because I use a creator's version of Skype on my end. I actually capture the Skype screen in the background with OBS. I can't demonstrate. Let me see what I need to do here. We'll go back to this. And if I wanted to, for example, put capture a Skype screen, I would go in and use what's called an NDI source. And just click OK. And then the source name, the creator version of Skype, broadcasts in the background at NDI. And I can change the amount of bandwidth that it uses here, the way that it syncs. It makes a perfect picture to do the multiple pictures where I can then edit the size. If I come in here, I can easily change the size of the video. So it would just be creating a multitude of other people in there. If you can use Hangouts with OBS. We did that on our Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve stream, where we had multiple channels that we connected with Hangouts, and I just captured that screen and rebroadcast it through OBS. So we had, if you would, a panel. I mean, that's what they all call it panels. And if you have a strong enough connection, you can have up to 25 people in that Hangout, with 10 of them being displayed at the bottom of the screen. The most active 10 are displayed at the bottom of the screen, but there can be another 15 in the background that they're not displayed all the time in that little window, but as soon as they talk, they come up into the full screen presentation mode. Did you put yourself in timeout?
No, I removed a comment.
Oh. Did we have a comment?
No, it was my comment.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, I guess I'm up for whatever other questions we may have coming up in here. And for any of you that might have wondered, I used Filmora 9 tonight to create the thumbnails that you saw for the show and for the initial front page of the show here tonight. So this was just using a laptop image, and I used a title and put all the words in here. And then simply took a picture of it. A foodie show would be awesome.
Do you think Filmora Pro is worth the money?
I don't know yet. I have played with Filmora Pro, and I always try to keep an open mind. So at this point, I'm not recommending, but I'm not saying not to get it. But I do have it. I just I'm not comfortable enough with it to recommend it to anybody at this point. What I do find very interesting, and I think I can probably do that with this one. Okay. Talked here about the OBS Studio. Now let me bring this up so I can work on it here. If I do a search for there's just not much out here yet for Filmora Pro. That is just so new. I mean, there's a few videos out there. This is all for the older stuff. I mean, even Filmora's own product things here, just I'm gonna just say how I feel it is. It's lacking. I think that they've released a product that maybe they shouldn't have released yet, because their explanations, their tutorials are they're just not there. Some things I do like about it. It has the automatic audio sync. This is where if you have multiple cameras doing a single subject, you can just lay the timelines in. It will sync them together so everything's perfectly good there. It has a good audio noise reduction area in it, and good audio transitions where you can crossfade between two different pieces of audio.
Question.
Yes.
If I was doing a live stream and you were doing a live stream, could you interface my live stream with your live stream in OBS?
Well, in a way, yes. Absolutely, that could be done. I mean, whatever I choose to put on the screen here can be broadcast, whether it be television, just my camera's here, anything on my computer screen. I mean, as you can see right here, I'm on a website, and I am there's a clip playing over here to the left that you can see. I don't have any sound on here. I could broadcast the sound, but I'm not. So, yes, to answer your question, that could absolutely be done. There's some very interesting things in this Filmora Pro. But like I say, I have not played with it enough yet to make any kind of judgment on it. Next question. I don't see anything. Okay. Gosh. Cowboy candy. You made a bunch of that.
Yeah, so as I said, I gave a jar to Dawn.
The armchair educator. You're thinking, give you a minute. Okay, the clock is on.
What other programs do you use that we don't see?
Okay. For let me bring this up.
Is there an editing program for dummies?
Is there? Well, by all means, you just be here on Tuesday nights.
She says, and I'm not talking about me. I'm not dummy. I'm dummier. Yeah, but country girl, Dawn, those 4-ounce jelly jars are expensive, especially if you're going to be making a whole lot of stuff. Just saying, I have some.
Okay, here's some of the things that I use here, and I just put them on the screen here for everybody to look at. As far as cameras, we use our phones. I have a Canon camcorder. We have a Nikon point and shoot camera that we very, very seldom use. I hate the video that comes out of it, but we have used it. So we primarily use the Canon camcorder or our iPhones for that. The other thing I have used is webcams. We have done a couple videos using webcams along with OBS to actually create the video. As far as audio, well, Filmora has a lightweight editing program for audio. The Cyberlink has an audio program that I will sometimes use. But by far the most powerful one is Audacity, which is also free. There is no fee for that. And that will, that's used by big studios. But it is another open source program. And it's called Audacity. So that's another piece of software that I use. Filmora 9, Filmora Pro, Paint.net. Paint.net is my photo editor of choice. It is another open source program. It is free, does not cost you anything. Cyberlink Power Director is another.
No, we didn't teach it. Big Bear. Night Carrie.
No.
Audacity.
Matter of fact,
Armchair Educator uses Audacity to record his tutorials.
I believe you'll find that Big Bear is using Streamlabs OBS. Anything else? Golly.
Deep South Homestead. Good evening.
Well, hello. Boy, just if we would have left a minute earlier, we'd have missed him.
We sure would have. I did look at it. You didn't see me laughing, Dawn.
Damn, we done already? Well, I know that Sherry has, I think you've put in there some things about maybe Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
Oh, presidential address just began. Oh, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair.
Geez, maybe we'll have a crowd of people come in here then. We could be a presidential address.
I don't care what president's on. I don't watch them.
Let me, participants.
That or taking your lunch, country girl, but you don't take your lunch to work.
Okay, and now I'll give you a little bit of a preview here.
Yes, I do too, Morgan. Couldn't get away from it. And I also remembered that no matter who the president was or what their, not belief, but Republican, Democrat, whatever the case may be, people didn't talk smack about him like they are nowadays. And that's enough about that in politics.
Okay, and just to show you something that we've kind of got going here for Thursday night. I know that a lot. Well, maybe I shouldn't take it for granted, but I have an idea. Many of you have been to Pusa Studios and seen their wheel that they do to get different channels to showcase themselves. And one of the drawbacks of that, in my opinion, is, and I love what they do, but it's he calls out 2 letters, and people have to enter those letters into the chat. And for those people that are either far away, don't have a very good connection, the opportunity for them to ever be picked is kind of next to nothing. So we decided, or I decided, that there's got to be a better mousetrap out there. So let me bring this over so you guys can see it. We actually have created a wheel. We have smudge in the middle of it here. I just captured everybody's name that was in the chat here, and that's what's here. So if we spin the wheel, now if this comes up on a blank, I can just remove it. So in this particular case, it came up to Mary's Vegetable Garden. And I'm not going to remove the name. I'm just going to close it here. We'll spin it again just so y'all can see it. We thought this was pretty cute. We got smudge in the center of it here. Oh, looky here. Deep South Homestead. And then, of course, what we'll do is this gives everybody a shot.
Got that right, Wanda.
We will bring that channel up on the screen.
TJ says, damn, I almost won.
Well, because we're just playing here tonight, we'll just spin it again here. Looks like
Lonely Prepper.
Lonely Prepper.
You like that, MK? That's what we're going to use Thursday night.
So anyway, that's what, this is how we're going to pick channels in the chat to showcase.
Where's Rosanna's name? I'll have to flog you with that wet noodle. She's not on there. You're right, Rosanna, you're not. Daryl, what happened?
Well.
Oh, she didn't comment?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
So you're going to have to tell folks that.
Yeah. That you're going to have to put something in the chat.
Exactly. You have to be active in the chat. Correct, Linda. Yeah. And we will mention that several times.
So if you want to know if you're active in the chat, if you go into your little chat window, in the upper part, there's 3 little dots. If you click on that, the first thing you can...
MK, I think he created this before you came in the room, before you came in the channel. It's been sitting over on another screen. That's why.
Okay. But if you click on participants, that'll show you a list of people in the room that have recently made comments in the chat.
Yeah, it's exactly what Country Girl just said.
So if I go in here...
Oh, you're welcome, Wanda.
If I go in here and click participants now, and then just copy them all. And I'll have to reload this.
I'll bring you a bag of candy in March. How about that, Wanda?
So now it's reloaded, and it should have everybody's name that was in the chat there.
Daryl, you are now TJ's YouTube hero.
What?
There you go, Deep South. You won. Brenda and Paul.
Oh, look, it's us.
Little Treasures Farm. Well, welcome.
Okay.
I just joined. What is the best free edit?
I'm going to remove us. Just join. What is the best free what? Free edit?
Editing program, I'm sure, is what they meant. Rosanna's still not there.
If you're talking Windows, I'm going to make the assumption you are. I'm going to say that the best free one you're going to find is DaVinci. However, it is a SOB to learn. But it's probably one of the best free ones that are out there. We highly recommend that you part with three $20 bills, buy Filmora for $60, own it for life, get all the updates, get the support.
There's a glitch in there. Go ahead.
If your computer crashes,
you're right, Dawn. There you are.
What?
Dawn's on there twice. You're talking to the other one. If your computer crashes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. If your computer crashes, you can go and get the information to get it reloaded directly back from the company. It's Wondershare Filmora is just it's a good piece of software. That's the best I know how to say it. I'll be darned. Well, let's see what we have.
Stella says, when it's real, don't say anything, Dawn. Doubles your chances. And Rosanna and PG aren't there at all.
Oh, I see why. Well, Deep South Homestead's probably on there twice, too. I wasn't too big of a rush to...
Mark, he's already there. He's already done.
There we go. All right.
Is Rosanna on there now? And PG? Hey, Stella. Red Duchess, Mary Beth. Nope. They're not all on there. Maybe you don't have enough spots?
No, there's plenty of spots. Let me get a fresh deal here. You guys are running hard on me here.
12 minutes.
Okay, when I do the pop-out chat, here are the people that are supposedly... Maybe this isn't going to work. I don't know. Country Girl, Deep South Homestead, Duncan 1900 Homestead, Geeky Gardens, Hey Stella, Indiana Joe Vlogs, Carrie Hyatt, Lonely Prepper Homestead, Mary's Vegetable Garden, Marie Kaplinger, Mary Beth Smith, Red Duchess Farm, The Armchair Educator, TJ Miller, and us.
And Rosanna's not on that list, or PG?
And I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Swampy Acres, up at the top right-hand corner, underneath where it says how many are watching, there should be a thing, has 3 dots, vertical, up and down. If you click on that 3 dots, the first thing there should say participants. Morgan's not on there either. Neither is MK. Well, I'm glad we tested it, because this is something he's going to have to work on then.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly. Good trial before we go live.
Because
exactly.
I'm wondering why this is a YouTube issue. Because I'm just using the YouTube thing here.
I'll see it on mine. Rosanna's on mine. PG's on mine. Morgan's on mine. Why is it not on yours?
Well, I don't know.
And the plot thickens, folks. Yeah, they're all showing on mine also, Country Girl.
Okay, well, it could be. But let's find out here now.
Morgan, is this where he gets that little, that silly little sign where it says experiencing technical difficulties?
All right.
You're like in the Twilight Zone.
Who am I looking for on this list now?
Rosanna's not on there. Morgan's not on there. PG's not on there.
It's on this list now. So.
Yeah, Daryl got a dud.
So now if I do this, and I will come over here.
And Daryl doesn't have the answer. This is special. No one wins. Oh, there we go. I like that, country girl.
All right, that should be.
I
all
never
the
heard that. Picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer. I never heard that. Have you heard that? Picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer.
No.
I've never heard that term. I like that, Dawn.
Okay, but now I have all the correct names up here. I just had to refresh the screen.
Yeah, that's right. If it was a technical issue, there would be a monkey on there. Oh, Lord. Smudge is going to get dizzy and barf.
Okay, and if I get a blank one, I have the option to remove all occurrences of that. Ta-ding. So that is the current thing right there. And that's just what we'll have to do. If it lands on our name, we just respin it.
That or I just can't talk.
MK Lone Star.
Rosanna goes, I see me. I really like this better because everybody can see it. No, everybody can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And I have made some tests with this wheel where there's been well over 100 people in the chat.
Wow. Okay.
So.
They're so excited they won, they don't even know what they won. You're an idiot. Mm-hmm. I know what it means, country girl.
All right.
I speak computer lingo. Yeah, Geeky Garden said they didn't said anything for a while, and it took them off the list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It only will pull up active ones. So what we plan on doing is we're going to tell people, hey,
You gotta say something.
you gotta say something. I am going to
Brenda, neither am I.
get the active participants out of the list.
Yep.
So-
Wanda's asking, how would we do that when we have over 200 people?
All I have to do is just type anything in, and
It'll put, if you have 200 in your chat, it's going to make teeny tiny little pie slices, but they'll be on there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, here, let me.
Exactly, TJ. That's it. Okay, Rosanna, Dana.
Okay, now I'm obviously not going to be able
PG,
to.
Linda, I want a fake trial run. That's my luck.
From
You
the
want an Out of
turmoil
Goshen
in-
t-shirt tonight? Awesome.
That's disabled.
Well, see, Wanda, you asked how you could do it. You're going to have to get yourself a magnifying glass to read it. Dawn, I asked them about that, and they offered up a t-shirt for one of our giveaway prizes. Also, M.I. Gardner is offering a $20 gift card for one of our giveaway prizes. We didn't even do a trivia question.
Okay. I just went to a stream here that has.
Which reminds me, I need to send them a t-shirt because we're trading one of Smudge's t-shirts for one of their t-shirts. You're right, Geeky Gardens. It announces the winner up in the top corner, Wanda. That's true. do it again so Wanda can see.
Well, we'll do that, but I just went to another live stream that has a lot of people in it,
Oh yeah, I guess you did. Okay.
just so they can see. So they're not going to see their names up there, but this will show.
Okay. Wanda wants to see where it'll pop up, so she won't have to get out her magnifying glass. You gonna put Hank in the middle, Wanda? See, right, it pops right up there for everybody to see it. Indiana Joe, on Thursday nights we are starting a new live stream. Channel
Spotlight.
Channel Spotlight.
And this will be for, I guess, just to be real blunt about it, is to help smaller channels grow. We want to see everybody succeed. We want the smaller channels to get more subs and to give them exposure that maybe never be seen other places. But by using this particular format like this, I mean, you can take a channel like Deep South Homestead, and they can be there. And yeah, they have a lot of subscribers, but
Where what, Marie?
it would be a chance for them to maybe see some of these other channels that they maybe never see before. And if
Wanda
their channel
doesn't see her head.
Wanda doesn't see what?
She doesn't see her head.
Her head.
I don't know. That's what she's saying.
I don't know.
I don't know. Indiana, we had a live stream last night, and the channel we had on was not quite to, was it 900? They had a little over 900, right?
What's that?
Breakaway Homestead last night, subscribers when we started.
And 916 when we started.
And by the end of by the time we went offline with them, they had over 950.
Yes.
And we had Red Duchess Farm. He was also in our chat last night, and he was trying to reach 500, and we got Red Duchess Farm over 500, and we didn't have a full room last night. This was pretty much after the actual live stream, the hour live stream ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun, Swampy Acres. That was cool. So this is if join us Thursday evening. If you decided what are we going to do at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
Well, I guess we're going to try starting at 5.
We're going to start at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, and
And we don't have a schedule. We may still be going at midnight. I have no idea.
Lord, I hope not.
We'll have to have the second shift come in and man the seats. So. Anyway, that's how we do it.
Woohoo! Morgan got 3 subs today. Awesome. Some of these that have climbed up into the thousands within a couple months just blow my mind. And there's some that they can start up a brand new channel and not have any videos out, and they can already have 300 subscribers.
Indiana Joe Vlogs. I don't know if you are aware of.
Yes, Armchair Educator, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Gonna hook you up here. VW Farms. I don't know if you're aware of them or not, but they're a channel that we had featured on one of our Monday night shows here. Was it right before the New Year's?
Who was that?
VW Farm.
Yes.
But he also does the audio, the sound in their church.
Country Go, you have 1,215.
So Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay.
Well, we got Andy to 500. By hook or by crook, I was going to get Andy to 500.
Back. Video.
Yeah, Morgan, they started a pretty cool thing on Fridays. You're right. Little Treasures, I don't know where you are located, but did you know that VW Farms and Roots and Refuge are having a meetup in April 6th? Well, Little Treasures, you now have 7.
So anyway, we'll have the screens all set up for Thursday night. And for the quote-unquote winning name that comes up on the wheel, and we plan to do that, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times an hour.
Armchair educator, you don't want to know.
Well, as far as being online, that's a byproduct of working on other stuff. I mean, if I'm building all these new scenes...
Oh, do you mean online or just sitting at the computer?
Yeah, there's a difference between being online and working at the computer.
Oh, sure you do, Stella.
Yes, Green Bay Wacky also does that.
Wait a minute, country girl, you're not camping? Oh, Maria, it would be so great to have you there. I'd love it. We had quite a few folks come from Florida last year.
Yeah, they probably have. It's probably not as far for them as it is for us.
Yeah, really. I know B Lady's going to be there.
Is she going to be down
Yes.
there? All right.
I messaged her.
She'll, if you wear your bunny head, she'll know you.
Not like 2 years ago. I know who that is. Yeah, right. Sure you do. Just remember, country girl, if you do that, you won't get the same discount as if you call. Yeah, we've been talking about that also, country girl. We could always get a room and 2 queen beds. That's what we did last year. We picked up Dana, and I called at the last moment and changed our room from a king-size bed to a 2 queens. Oh, Indiana Joe, did you hear that Scooby passed away? Speaking of Pickerick. Stella, this is Deep South Homesteads gathering in March. March 6th, Wiggins, Mississippi. Third annual. We've been to all 3. Even though we told them we couldn't make the first one. We snuck in. Pickerick's dog is Scooby. Exactly, Rainbow Valley. Friendly competition is fantastic. Oh, hell. I'll give you $10 and you get 2 queen-size beds. Oh, well, okay, fine. That TMI. Have your own room. Well, it's 9:30.
It's 9:30.
We haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yep. So
5 p.m. Eastern Standard, Thursday.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Spread the word. We'll be here. Let's see how many channels we can get, and we will help promote them. Rainbow Valley, be here Thursday night, but make sure your phone is charged.
Yep, just have her plugged in. All right.
Yeah, no dinner, and we're having steaks.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you Thursday.
Thursday night.
Right? Thursday?
Thursday. Love you too, Indy and Joe.
Okay. Take care.
Later.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.